I'm Ben Laube with Ben Laube Homes, brokered by eXp Realty. One of the most special things to me about being a realtor is the fact that we get to help people through the biggest transition of their life. I mean, purchasing a home is something that most people do maybe only 5 times throughout their lifetime, and we get to be a part of that journey, which is something that people aren't really familiar with how it goes, and it can be very difficult. And as problem-solving realtors, we really help educate them through the process, and seeing that gratification at the end, at closing day, when they get their keys and they're moving into their first home or their next home, like that's the most gratifying thing to me. One of the most favorite things about living in Central Florida to me is just the variety of neighborhoods and smaller districts, right? You have Orlando as a greater whole, which everyone knows Orlando from the theme parks and Mickey Mouse, but really a lot of people don't understand the culture of Orlando or the differences in the areas, whether it's the brick paved streets and the shopping in Winter Park, or it's the new construction area of Horizons West, or it's the golf courses in Oviedo or Windermere. I mean, there's so many different personalities between the districts and the areas within Orlando that I think that makes it so cool, because there's almost something for every single person. You know, whether you like that new construction, or you want to be in a downtown condo, or you want expansive land and you want to be in North Apopka or the Sorrento area, right? There's a lot of different product types available, and that variety gives us a variety in culture and residence too, that people just tend to overlook and don't really know anything about. One of my favorite memories is serving this couple who are looking to buy their first home. And I love working with first-time home buyers because I'm able to educate them on the home buying process up front and really alleviate that emotional roller coaster that they're about to embark on, that everyone feels when they're about to buy their first home. And this couple were local. They've been renting for quite a long time. They were living together, and they finally wanted to make that step and establish a homestead. And so we sat down and we were looking at townhomes originally, because that was the only product that was in their market at the time that kind of fit within their budget. And these were newer townhomes in the Winter Garden area. But right in time when we were doing that search, I was able to find them a smaller single-family home that came available, brand new construction by a reputable builder, and was able to solidify that deal as a single-family home instead of a townhome, which just kind of blew them away. I remember when we walked through the property the first time, and she said, you know, what's the price? And I told her, and she couldn't believe that they could afford this, and it was just a little bit more than the townhomes that we were looking at previously. And at closing day, they were super excited to move into their first home, and we've been friends ever since. And so that's really memorable to me, when we can work with clients, help them through that transition, and then they're still a part of our lives after they've made that move to the next chapter of their life. One of my real estate superpowers is being unflappable in chaotic situations. And what that means to me is remaining even-keeled when the world is on fire. There's a lot of times when you're going through a real estate transaction with our customers that things occur, or you get bad news, the appraisal came in low, there's a title defect, there's an open permit, the seller's refusing to move out in a timely manner, something happened to the house, a tree fell through it. And those kinds of situations are where being even-keeled or unflappable allows you to be prepared and approach the situation in a problem-solving manner. Having been through hundreds of transactions now, it's nice to know that I have that experience to be able to problem solve from that experience. Well, use that experience to problem solve when working with newer clients, and kind of remaining that cool, chill vibe to let my clients know, I got this. We've seen this before. It's okay, let's calm down. Let me go work some magic, problem solve, so that we can get to the next step of the process without this deal falling apart. I chose eXp Realty just because when I saw the model that eXp Realty has, the biggest thing that attracted me to it was agile. The company is just constantly innovating and improving and listening to the agent base. And so we're growing at a very, very fast pace. And my background is web design development. So when I saw Agile as one of the core values, that immediately connected with me and let me know that even with my experience in web design, as we're being agile and improving processes and improving websites, that the company as a brokerage, as a real estate firm, had that process built in as well, which you don't see around at all in reality. There's many reasons why I stayed with eXp Realty over the last several years. One of them is I've hit my glass ceiling as an individual agent, and I still got more and more customers coming to me asking for help, and I wanted to serve more and more families and help them through the transition that they were going in their life. That allowed me to then create a team underneath eXp Realty. So now not only is it myself that is helping these families in the Central Florida area, my team of agents that I've been able to instill the same beliefs, the same culture, and the same high-level service that I provide so that we can, as a whole, help more people throughout the Central Florida area. eXp has made that process extremely easy in leading a team, providing resources to our team members, and a very high level of tools and advisors to help us make sure that we do the best service that we can provide our customers and serve them in the most effective and efficient manner. The favorite tool that eXp Realty provides to me and my team is honestly Workplace. Coming from a much smaller brokerage before I was at eXp, we didn't really have a huge spirit of collaboration. And Workplace was just essentially Facebook for all of our eXp agents across the country, across the world, has a huge impact because we're able to get perspectives and insights from agents all over the place. And the spirit of collaboration is so intense at eXp that if you raise your hand and you ask for help, someone will help you and reach out and provide whatever you're looking for, right? Whether that's sharing a listing presentation or sharing the best way to renegotiate a deal or sharing the best way to do an open house. Our agents across the world collaborate on Workplace. And so it's a great resource for that kind of education, that great resource to network with other agents and pass referrals and find other agents across the country who can help customers, especially when they're moving across country or state lines as well. Out of the 9 core values that eXp Realty has, the one that resonates with me the most is collaboration. It's something that I discovered in hindsight, really. I didn't really understand the spirit of collaboration until I was at eXp Realty. And it's so strong that within Workplace, our platform where we connect with others, we're constantly sharing information, tools, and resources, right? At other brokerages, when you're at other brokerages, you may look like your fellow agents are competitors. Whereas here at eXp Realty, we recognize that whatever I can do to help the other team members or group members at eXp will raise everyone's level of service and standards. And that's really what resonates with me. I mean, right now, literally behind this camera is the most collaborating team leader that I know in our region. And that just shows that she was able to put all this together and help us collaborate as a group of agents so that we can improve and we can better showcase what we do to our consumers and to our fellow agents across the country. One fun fact about me is I was in the Boy Scouts growing up. And not only just was I in the Boy Scouts and went on camping trips and hiking trips, but I actually advanced toward the rank of Eagle and earned the Eagle Scout Award, which is the highest rank as a youth leader within Boy Scouts. And it was very impactful in my life. It taught me a whole bunch of skills, a bunch of leadership skills as well. But one of the most impactful events while being in the Boy Scouts was going to the World Scout Jamboree, which was in London, way back then in my previous life/childhood. But in London, we connected with scouts across the world. And that was my first international trip. It was an amazing time and just such an impactful moment in my life. So my favorite food is ice cream. So much so that if you put ice cream in front of me, I can't help myself but eat it. So I try to stay away from ice cream places, but if you're looking for one in the Central Florida area, then I highly recommend Kilwins on Park Avenue in Winter Park. Best ice cream. They also have fudge. Of course, you have to get your ice cream, 2 scoops at least, and a waffle cone. Maybe one of those dipped chocolate waffle cones. But please, if you ever want to hang out, we don't have to get coffee. Let's just go get ice cream. Please don't tell my trainer. And it'll be a blast. Just make sure it's not pistachio ice cream. Because of my background in technology and the love to watch things work in robotics, my favorite TV show is Westworld. Highly recommend it. It might be predicting the future. I'm one of the rare Central Florida Floridians. Born and raised here, in fact, born and raised in Apopka, which is a suburb of northwest of Orlando. My first job growing up was in school, where I made sure my classmates maintained a very balanced nutritional schedule by selling them candy bars throughout school. And so that was my start of my entrepreneurial journey. And once I graduated school, my first real job was actually working for Mickey Mouse. So for a couple years, I was at the main gate in Mickey Mouse. I was the first smiling face that you saw, which means as you pulled up to Magic Kingdom, I would reach out and I would ask you for $14 for parking. And then I realized in that job, I was kind of on the wrong side of the situation because I was paid minimum wage and I was depositing anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000 a shift to Mickey Mouse. But you know, he has a lot of parks to maintain and people to pay. And my first career, actually after college, was in web design and development. So after I majored and graduated from Full Sail, I worked as a web developer for a local firm in Orlando and did a whole bunch of freelance marketing projects, creating websites, email blasts, or email newsletters, and did that for the entire time before I transitioned to real estate. So when I'm driving around town and showing properties or just trying to get from appointment to appointment, the main thing that's playing on my radio is actually a podcast. And I listen to Bigger Pockets, which is all about investing in real estate, how to hack real estate investing, and to really explore that. And they just have a whole bunch of podcasts and series and stories about different investors doing different tactics over time. Anytime I'm not working and I'm trying to kind of just decompress and rest from the day, I really love jazz and big band music, or big band jazz music. It really takes me back actually to my youth because I played saxophone in jazz band growing up. And so just putting that on with a glass of wine and reading a book is really a nice way to like unwind from the week.